coming up next.
First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Cleveland Browns. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me, under pressure, they got him again. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson, 94 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 25 carries, 111 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there.
And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. 78 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all,
and the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Third and long, it's Darnold. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Mayfield now. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now Mayfield on 4th down.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And Smith chooses not to return it and bring it out to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. Able to avoid him. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time on a catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big play there out of the running game. Panther football to start quarter number 2. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Cleveland offense making their way out.
And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Jeremy Chin there defensively.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
After the interception, here's Darnold.
He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Myles Garrett
racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Here's Darnold. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they take a 17-14 lead.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. Charles, it's the 2nd quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as a quarterback, but like I said, it's the 2nd quarter, so how worried right now are you?
You're concerned, but you're not panicked because you know there's still an opportunity. No one's excited about his stat line right now. 1 touchdown pass, okay, that's cool, but he's throwing an interception as well. Can he eliminate the mistakes and keep making the positive plays, the good plays? That's what they're looking for from him.
Time to find out if he can do just that. On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
A give. This is Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And finally taken down at the 34.
128 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And down inside the 15 he goes. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips? Gain leverage.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Sam Darnold and the Carolina offense set to take over here. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. Off of play action, Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
Yes, and he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Mayfield on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first, and just like that, on we head to half number 2.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. A run for Nick Chubb. Oh, fighting off the defender. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Boy, 208 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Handoff comes to Chubb. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On the ground, it's Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now Chubb runs over him. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Browns have retaken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're just trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Open man is Anderson. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Darnold going to take it and just bat this one forward to his wideout.
And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
Christian McCaffrey
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Panthers have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that gives him a 3-point lead.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there. And boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down, stopped at the Panthers' 43-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Chubb. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And we're back now here in Cleveland. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. They run. Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. On first down, it's Darnold. He's got Anderson right side. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Able to avoid him at the 40. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Darnold. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On the carry, it's Chubb. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. So Darnold and the Panthers now down by 11, a little under 40 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Darnold to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. Darnold.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Jordan Elliott in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And